Hey everybody, my name is Erin. I'm the crocheter behind Juniper and Oaks, and I love crochet alongs. You guys probably already know this about me. If not, let's get to know each other. Today I'm excited to bring you the Melange Mosaic Square for the Melange Blanket Cow. This is hosted by Underground Crafter. You can find more information via the link down below. This pattern is a mosaic crochet pattern, overlay mosaic crochet, worked in the round from the center out. So we start in here in the center and we work out. A cool thing about this pattern is even though it looks pretty intricate, it's really one color per round. So I think overlay mosaic crochet is one of the easiest crochet color work that you can do because you're only working one color at a time. And just the way that you work the stitches is how you get the intricate design here. Please, before we move on, leave a comment below with whether or not you've ever crocheted overlay mosaic crochet before. If you have, please tell me what your favorite patterns have been. I'm really excited for you to learn more, so please let's learn how to make this mosaic melange blanket square. And this pattern comes with full written instructions. You can find that free on my website with the link down below. And then it also comes with a chart that looks something like this. Here we have our legend. Just that big circle means a magic circle. You have a plus, that means single crochet. These little dots mean chain one. Then if you have an empty box, whether it's white or black, it means back loop only single crochet. If you have an X in the box, whether it's white or black, it's a front loop only double crochet, and that's worked 2 rows below. The number at the beginning of each round just marks the number of that round. It's the start, and that's going to be except for the round 1, it's going to be a back loop only single crochet. For round 1, it's just a regular single crochet. And then the corners like this, and you work a back loop only single crochet, chain 1, single back loop only single crochet. That's going to be worked in the back loop only of the chain 1 from the previous row. Okay, so you see here we make a magic circle, and then this one, that's going to be in a single crochet. That's just the start of round 1. Single, 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 single. So you're going to work 8 single crochets. Then you move on to round 2, and you're going to work a corner. Whatever color that chain 1 is the color that we're using for that round. But you're going to do a back loop only single crochet, chain 1, back loop only single crochet. Wherever you see an empty box, you're going to do your back loop only single crochets, and wherever you see an X, you're going to 2 rows below, you're going to work a front loop only double crochet. So that's just kind of a walkthrough of that. I will explain it more as we go along. So to get the written instructions in the chart, head to the link down below in the description box. It's just a 6x6 square like so. So you're just going to need scraps of worsted weight yarn, a few yards of each practically. For this tutorial, I'm going to switch the colors. So color A is, instead of this gray, I'm going to do a green, and then instead of the red, I'm going to do a white just to see what it looks like reversed. This is wander yarn that I had lying around, worsted weight yarn in 2 colors. My color A is going to be the green. And then you're also going to need a size J hook. Okay, to start out, we're going to do a magic circle. And inside that magic circle, 8 single crochets. Okay, and pull that magic circle tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To finish round 1, we're going to do an invisible join to that first stitch of the round. So take your hook out, and from the back side of the first stitch, go through both loops. Then grab your loop of your working yarn and then pull it through. Once you've done that, now you grab your color B, kind of slip stitch it on there, drop color A. Okay, so for round 2, we start by chaining 1. Now, in the front loop of that first stitch of round 1, you're going to do a back loop only single crochet. So here's your front loop right there. There's your back loop. You're going to go through the back loop. This is how you're going to work all your corners, okay? The first stitch is going to work this way on all your rounds. Before you finish that single crochet, you're going to want to work over your color B. or your color A. So grab color A and work over it. You're going to pull up a loop and finish your single crochet. Now chain 1. Go ahead and drop color A, and now you're just going to work the rest of the round just with color B. In that same stitch, you're going to work a back loop only, single crochet. So just in that same spot, do a single crochet. So every corner you're going to work a back loop only, single crochet, chain 1, back loop only. That's how all the corners are worked. Next, you're going to do a back loop only, single crochet. Now we're at the next corner, so we're going to do a back loop only, single crochet, chain 1, back loop only, single crochet. There's our next corner. Back loop only, single crochet. Then we're at a corner. Back loop, chain 1, back loop in the same stitch. Okay, do a back loop only. Then our last corner is a back loop only, chain 1, back loop only in the same stitch. And then our last back loop only, single crochet right here, only single crochet. And now we're ready to join round 2. If you look right here, you can tell this is the chain 1 stitch. Then right here is the first stitch for single crochet of round 2. I'm going to take my hook out and do an invisible join to the top of that first stitch. This yarn is kind of fiddly. Okay, and pull everything tight. Now I'm going to pick up my color A for round 3. Pull that through. Pull everything tight and taut. Now for this round, we're going to work our corners and work our first stitches into the chain 1 stitch of the previous round. To start out, we do a chain 1. Then in the chain, we're going to work a back loop only, double or a single crochet. Work a back loop only, single crochet. We want to make sure that we crochet over, these tails are in my way. We want to make sure that we crochet over the color we're not using, and that just kind of brings it to the corner for the next round. Single crochet, chain 1. So now we're going to drop our color we're not using and work a single crochet in that same back loop of the chain. And that's how we do our corner. Remember, every corner we're going to do a back loop only single, chain 1, back loop only single in the same space. In the next stitch, we're going to do a back loop only single crochet. And now here we are. We're going to do our first front loop only double crochet. And to do that, so I yarn over for double crochet. And we're not going to work in the white. We're not going to work in the previous row. We're going to do 2 rows below. So 1, 2. So in this green, we're going to find the front loop of that stitch. So we left a front loop behind. When we did all of our back loop only single crochets last row, we left a front loop open, and that's the one we use for this double crochet. Next, in this stitch, we do a back loop only single crochet. And then the next stitch is the chain. So that's where we're going to do our corner. Okay, we do a back loop only single crochet, chain 1, back loop only single crochet in the same chain stitch. We turn the corner, we do our back loop only single, our front loop only double crochet, not in that stitch, but in the one down below. You find the front loop sticking out there. Then a back loop single. Now we're at that chain space. That chain, we're going to do a back loop only single crochet in that chain. And chain 1. And a back loop only single crochet in that same corner. Okay, let's repeat that. Back loop single, front loop double, back loop single, and then our corner. Ooh, this yarn is fiddly. It's soft, but fiddly. Chain one, back loop single, and then for our last side, back loop single, okay, front loop double, and to finish it off, we do a back loop single. Okay, now we do an invisible join to that first stitch. We're going to go through both loops. Okay, drop color A, pick up color B, chain one. Okay, now we're going to find the chain one from the previous round and work a single crochet in the back loop for our corner. Make sure that we're working that first stitch. We're going to float that along with us on this first stitch of the round. Single crochet, chain one, drop that color, and single crochet in the same back loop of the chain. Okay, usually what I do is I work the corner up and then I look at my chart or my written instructions and figure out what to do, because I know that that's how we're going to start every corner, is just that way. Then I do a back loop only single crochet, front loop only double crochet. Okay, I'm going to drop this and I'm going to show you the chart here that I'm looking at. Sorry, my ring light is in the way, but here I am on round 4. So this shows what round I'm on, and we're going to do a back loop only single crochet. This dot means the chain one. I'm going to change this chart so that the colors aren't so dark and you can see what the corner looks like. You want it to kind of look like that. Then this box, this empty box, just means single crochet in the back loop. Then you do a front loop only double, single, front loop only double, single, and then your corner here. I did the first front loop. Now I'm going to do a back loop single, front loop double. Once you get the hang of it, you kind of know where the stitches are, but you just want to line it up. So we're not going to work the front loop double in this stitch. We're going to go directly below it. Right there in that front loop that's left over. All of your front loop only double crochets are going to be worked in the same color that you are working. So right now I'm working in white. So all my front loop doubles, I'm going to look for the white front loop that's left behind. Then a back loop single. Now we're at our corner. How do we work all of our corners, people? We do in that chain, we do a back loop single, chain one, back loop single on the same stitch. Then we're going to repeat. Back loop single, front loop double, back loop single, front loop double, back loop single. And here we are in our corner. Back loop single in the chain, chain one, turn that same chain. We're going to do our single crochet. Okay, moving on, repeat the side, just back loop single, front loop double, back loop single, front loop double, back loop single, and our corner. finish it off by repeating on the last side. This last stitch is always kind of hard to find. It's like buddied up, not the chain space, but this one right here. It's always like nice and cozy right next to it. Okay, we did our invisible join. Drop color A or color B, and grab color A once again, and work your corner. Okay, that is how. So eventually you'll get something that looks like this. Remember, my light colors and dark colors are reversed. There are 11 rounds to this square, so just keep going following the written instructions or the chart that's found on the website. I just showed you a few rounds on how to make this square. I hope that it made sense to you and that you're able just to complete the rest of the 11 rounds. If you have any questions about this pattern, please leave a question down below and I will try to answer it. If you have any tips or tricks on how to do overlay mosaic crochet in the round that I didn't touch upon, please tell us down below in the comments so that we can learn more about this technique. Please like this video so that more people can find it, and join my crochet community here on YouTube by subscribing to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you're notified anytime I come out with any other yarn related content, such as crochet tutorials, vlogs, whatever it may be. Happy crocheting, guys! Bye.